Hello, I'm Alexa. I'm a voice assistant. I want to find out about art, so I'm going to talk to John. He's an artist. Hello, John.
Hello, Alexa.
Can I ask you how you started out as an artist?
I suppose I began writing and performing poetry when I was at school, and that was because I have a stutter. So I think writing my own words, I could learn them, and then that would give me the confidence to speak, to get up and speak. I carried on writing, performing that, and I was also quite good at art. So I did, got into painting and sculpture, and then drama and dance, and that's how I got into education, I suppose, because I was doing a lot of drama, dance workshops in school.
So what kind of artist are you anyway?
Well, I suppose I always find it quite hard to pin down what kind of artist I am, I suppose, what art form. I suppose you could call it multidisciplinary.
Is that even a thing?
Yeah.
So what are you doing on this project anyway?
Right, well, I'm like a bridge between the artists and the teachers, because I've had been in both camps, and that with the gallery educators. It's
a bridge. Is that like a metaphor?
Yes.
So you're not an actual bridge?
No, not a real bridge. And I worked for quite a long time with creative partnerships, and that was about going into schools and really encouraging them to be creative. And that's when I got interested in what creativity is, I suppose. And then when that project ended, I trained to be a teacher and worked in a primary school and became the lead teacher for creative inquiry. And then for the last 4 or 5 years, I've been doing a lot of artist residencies in school. So in St. Catherine's Primary in Gateshead, I worked with them to really try and get the pupils to be able to access arts and culture, to be able to walk into a gallery and feel, they've got just as much. It's just as easy for them to walk in a gallery as anywhere else, and to just be able to have that discussion around art and culture. And then again, for the last 2 years, I've been an artist in residency on the Healthy Emotional Lives programme, which was looking at how to use the arts to support mental well-being or emotional well-being in schools. And I worked alongside a mental health nurse and developed mindfulness activities for the classroom, and took kids out into the forest to do forest bathing.
Forest what?
Yeah, bathing.
Is that a metaphor?
No, it's like going into the forest and not having loads of things to do, loads of activities. It's about just slowing down and being in the forest, I suppose, soaking up the forest through your senses.
You talk a lot about being creative, but what does that actually mean?
I suppose creativity, it's about getting inspired. It's about getting passionate and excited about something that interests you, and then being able to follow that interest, being absorbed in it, kind of losing track of time, and then broadening and deepening that interest from that initial spark, and then it takes over, and what you're creating kind of it takes on a life of its own.
Okay, so do you actually do art?
Yeah.
Do you still call yourself an artist?
I suppose now my artwork is really around how we interact with technology. I've been working with you for quite a long time now.
Yes, I've shown our work in galleries and theatres.
Yeah, and that all started actually from a workshop I was doing with young people, and they didn't really want to read out the work they'd written. So we got you to do it.
You mean they didn't have the confidence to read out their own work, and you identified with it because that's how you started writing poems, because you have a stutter?
Yeah. I suppose there is. I suppose I hadn't really thought about that before, but I can see that might have been a bit of a connection there. Anyway, so then I started to create work with you, so just and that kind of took over, and now...
Yes, I know, I do my own artwork, you already said.
Yeah, so anyway, that's what I do. That's where I'm coming from. I think everyone's creative, and we naturally want to play around with things. We want to bend and blend and break things and put them back together in a different way, look at things from a different angle. Um, and yeah, I think we've always done that. I think we can't help but make up stories. Make pictures, sing, dance, make music. I think we've just got to trust, trust that initial spark, that initial creativity that we've all got, and then it kind of does it itself after a bit. It kind of takes over, And
It takes over and kind of does it all by itself.
exactly.